Today I am going to talk about creating relationships between two or more tables in Microsoft Access 2010. Before creating a relationship, let's see the tables that we have for this purpose. The first table that I have created is customer table. In this, I have three columns or three fields to store the customer ID, customer name, and the customer address. Now this table is open in datasheet view. Let's go to the design view. Click on the down arrow of view button and select the design view. This you can do by clicking directly on the design view button there in the icon. As you can see here, there is a key symbol before the field named cust_id. Moreover, in the Table Tools Design tab, the primary key button is also highlighted. This shows that this field has primary key applied on it. Let's see what is the purpose of this key. We'll go to the datasheet view again and try to enter some data. Let's try to enter another ID which is one of the existing IDs. For example, here I will write C101. Let's provide it a name, suppose a test name and a test address. When you try to move to the next row, you can see there is some error provided by Microsoft Access. It says that the changes you requested to the table were not successful because they would create duplicate value in the index or primary key or relationship. So here, when you have primary key applied, you cannot enter duplicate data in that field. So in the customer ID field, since we have primary key applied, we cannot provide two values which are same. So we'll click on OK and we'll try to delete the things. So when I delete this, there is no problem. This one also, no problem. Then finally delete the ID column. Now try to move to the next row. No, we cannot do that also. Why? Because index or primary key cannot contain a null value. Null value means no value. So in case I write some address here, suppose I write here Rajendra Nagar and in place of name Mukesh Bhatnagar, but I don't want to provide the customer ID, so I'll leave it blank and let's try to move to the next row. It again says that index or primary key cannot contain a null value, so we cannot leave it blank. Let's provide some value. Let's try again providing some value which already exists like C103. Now try to move to the next row. Again the same error because this will create duplicate values in the index or primary key. The purpose of primary key is that the field in which you have applied it cannot be left blank, that is null, and it will not contain any duplicate value. Now I have provided C105 which does not exist here, so it will be accepted. Let's click somewhere in the next row and you can see the data is accepted. Now let's save the table. The next table that I have created is order table. Let's go to the design view. This time I will click on the design view button directly. In this also we have primary key already applied to the first field, that is order number. This I have done because every order will be different. However, the same customer can place several orders and the same product can be a part of several orders. When we open the table in datasheet view, we can see there is no record in this. Well, that doesn't matter for us right now. The next table that we have is the product table. Let's go to the design view. As you can see, we have three fields here also. One is for storing the product number, the other for product name, and the last one for product price. And we have a primary key applied on product number because the product names can be similar. For example, if we talk about the toothpaste, all the products lying in this category will be named as toothpaste only, but their variety and description may differ. So in order to identify a product, we have to have some unique number assigned to it, and that is product number. And we don't want any duplicacy or blank value, so we have primary key applied here. Now let's open the same table in datasheet view. Here you can see we have 4 products, that is notebook, pencil, school bag and lunchbox. From the customer table we can see we have 5 customers. When the customer will place an order, he will be identified with his customer ID, and the product he orders will be identified by the product number. He will specify the quantity. If we have to know the details of that order, we will use that order number to identify the order. Then we will see the customer ID, using which we can go to the customer table and match the records to find the details. For example, suppose C102 and product ordered is suppose P3. Quantity is say 50. So now if I want to know the details of this order, that is order number 1, I can go to the table, customer table, and using this ID, that is C102, I can know about the customer. C102, yes, that is Ravindran Naidu, and the customer address is Berhampur. Now we come to the order table and we see the product. The product number is P3, and in order to know the details of this product, we'll go to the product table, and for P3 we can see the product name is school bag and the cost is 1275 Indian rupees. So we can see that the 3 tables are related to each other. Now can we place an order with the customer ID which is not existing in the table? Let's try. We know that we have customer IDs from C101 through C105. Let's try here C106. I guess there is no problem here. The data is accepted. Let's go back to the customer table and find out. There is no data matching C106. Okay, so to avoid these kind of situations, we have some extra features provided by Microsoft Access 2010. I will make it 105 once again, and later on we'll come back and try again with the values which are not existing in the customer table or the product table. Now before we create the relationships, we'll close the tables so that there is no problem later on. In order to create a relationship, we click on Database Tools tab, and from the Relationships group of buttons, click on Relationships. This opens the Relationships window where you can see the relationships created in your database. Since there is no relationship created in this database, there is nothing available here. Sometimes the Show Table dialog box appears at its own, but in case it does not appear, click on the Show Table button from the Relationships group of buttons. This opens the Show Table dialog box, which displays the list of tables available in your database. Now, in order to create a relationship, I want to use the customer table. So I will click on the table to select it and then click on Add. Next, I will take the order table. So click to select the table and click on Add. Then finally, we'll take the product table and click on Add. After you are done adding the tables, click on Close. Now first let's talk about the customer table and the order table. For creating a relationship between 2 tables, you need to have one field which is common. As in this case, you can see the cust_id, that is customer ID, is available as a primary key column in the customer table, and the same field, that is cust_id, that is customer ID, is available as a non-primary key field in the order table. So we have a common field here to establish the relationship between the two tables. In order to create the relationship, click on the primary key field of the first table and drag it over the non-primary key field in the other table. So I will drop it over cust_id in the order table. This opens the Edit Relationships dialog box. And from the table/query section, I can see the names of the tables which are being related and the fields on the basis of which we are creating the relationship. We will put a tick mark over enforce referential integrity, and then we'll see the relationship type. It is one to many, means one customer whose detail is there in the customer table can have many records in the order table. That means one customer can have many orders placed. Now finally click on create to create the relationship. When the relationship is created, you will be able to see a line joining the two tables, and there will be the type of relationship displayed near the tables. As you can see here, customer table has 1 written near it. So this shows that it is from 1 to many. The infinite symbol here shows that we can have many customer IDs being repeated here. So one customer can have many orders placed. Similarly, if you want to create a relationship between the product table and the order table, you can drag the product number field from the product table and drop it over the product number field in order table. Now again the Edit Relationships dialog box is open. Verify the table names that are being related and the fields on the basis of which the relationship is being established. Again click on Enforce Referential Integrity. Here also the relationship type is one to many, which means in the order table the same product number can exist multiple times because the same product may be ordered several times. So here also we have from product table to order table the relationship as one to many. Click on create and the relationship will be created. As you can see, one product can be ordered many times, so it is again from product table to order table one to many relationship. You can click on save in order to save the relationship. We can close by clicking on the close button from the relationship group of buttons or click here to close. Now let's go back to the table, that is order table, and try to place an order for the customer whose ID is not existing in the customer table. Let's verify that again. In the customer table, as you can see, we have the customer ID as C101 through C105. We don't have any ID for C106. Now let's try to place an order for the customer with customer ID C106. Go to the product number, provide P4 here and say 25. Let's go to the next record, and as you can see there is an error. It says you cannot add or change a record because a related record is required in the table customer table. This means that the customer ID that you are trying to feed here is not available in customer table, so it cannot be added here. So let's have some value which is already existing there. Let's make it C101, and for the product let's go to P5. When we try to move to the next record, it says you cannot add or change a record because a related record is required in the table product table. So click on OK. From the product table we have the product number. Let's see what is there in the product table. Well, we have the product numbers from P1 to P4. We do not have any record with product number P5, so we cannot use the P5 here. Let's edit it to some existing value and move to the next record. As you can see, the data is accepted. So this is the benefit of establishing or creating relationships between different tables of a database. Now let's go back to the relationships window and see how we can delete a relationship or edit a relationship. We'll close the tables, go to the database tools and click on relationships button from the relationships group. This time, since we have already created relationship, it appears in the relationships window. In case you want to edit a relationship, you can click on the line joining the tables. Go to the tools group of buttons and from there you will find the button for editing the relationship. Click on that button and you can see the edit relationships dialog box. From here you can change the name of the table that you want to change and change the field also. So you can make the changes, or if you don't want to enforce the referential integrity, you can click again to deselect this option. And finally click on OK. So the relationship will be edited. Now suppose you don't want to have this relationship existing anymore. You can select it and press delete key from the keyboard to delete it, or right click on this and click on delete. It will give you a warning saying that this relationship will be permanently deleted. So click on yes to confirm and the relationship is deleted. In case you want to hide the table from here, click to select the table and click on hide table from relationships group of buttons. So the table is hidden from the relationship window. Now we have just one relationship created between the customer table and the order table. Let's save it and close. Now since there is no relationship between the product table and the order table, let's try entering some more values. C106 and product P5, quantity 40. Now move to the next record and you can see the warning that you cannot add or change a record because a related record is required in the table customer table. So there is a problem with customer ID that we have used. Probably this does not exist. Yes, this does not exist. So we'll fix it. Let's provide C104 and we are done. Let's move to the next record and the data is accepted. Now, if you observe here, in product number we have P5, but in the product table, we do not have any product with product number P5. Yet the data is accepted, but this is wrong. Why? Because we do not have such product with us and still the customer is able to order that product. This should not happen generally in a database. Since we deleted the relationship between the product table and order table, it is accepting the invalid value also. That's it for now. Thank you.